Thank you once again. So Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So I welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sanga Japa Group morning session of Caitanya Bhagavat. Vancha Kalpadrapacha Kripa Sindhu Pevacha Patitam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ananta Koti Vaishnavandiki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All the single devotees. Hare Krishna. So so today we will be moving on to our next session, that is Sri Caitanya Bhagavat, which will be given by her Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. But before moving on to the call, I would like to know who are all on the call today.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devi Dasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the session, and we are eagerly waiting for your class, Mataji, where you will be giving nice stories. So, especially myself, I'm a story hearing party. So, I would like to hear from you, Mataji. Thank you so much for giving me time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. This is Balavrinda.
Hare Krishna, Balavrinda. Thank you so much for joining the call, and thank you very, very much for once again for your bhajan and for your Biju words chanting also. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. And thank you, Balabrinda, for reciting Bhagavad Gita chapter 16 so nicely, so wonderfully. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call, and thank you for all your services. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandot pranams to you. Dandot pranams to all devotees here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sumi from Jersey City.
Hare Krishna, Sumi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Very nice to see your smiling face. Nice, Mataji.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sanga Japa mid-morning session. So before moving on to the session, I would like to read Prabhupada's quote for today. So today is 27th November. Prabhupada has written a letter to Lalita Kumar on November 27, 1971, and in that letter, Prabhupada mentions the governing principle for our activity should be to do what is favorable for pleasing Krishna. Hari Bol. So, and today's class will be given by Her Grace Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, and it is on Caitanya Bhagavat Madhya Kanta, chapter 18, verses 131 to 150. Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Once again, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving us your valuable time and association. Over to you, Mataji. We are eagerly waiting for your PPT also.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. Thank you so much for greeting everyone, Mataji. Thank you for your sweet, encouraging words. Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasni Mataji and Kitida Mataji. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present these beautiful verses from Caitanya Bhagavat. I offer my obeisances to all of you. Vancha kalpatarupyasya kripa sindhu pyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo nama. Ananta koti Vaishnav vrind ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Assembled devotees ki jai. I seek all of your blessings to present today's verses. Thank you so much for assembling for today's class. With all of your blessings, I would like to start the class with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmlitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Caitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Jai Pataka Swamin Niti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kriprapadaine Gaurakata Dama Daya Nagara Gramatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay. I would like to share the screen for today. Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khanda, Caitanya Bhagavat, chapter 18. We are reading from verse number 31 to 150 verses. There are a lot of verses to cover. We'll start.
Anyera ki daya ayi na pare chinite ayi bale Lakshmi ki ba aila na chite.
What to speak of others? Even Mother Sachi could not recognize him. As Lakshmi has come to dance. So here we all know that the pastime which is going on in this chapter. We know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is playing a drama here, and in the role of he's playing the role of goddess of fortune. Sometimes he's Lakshmi Devi, sometimes he's Rukmini, sometimes he's Gopi. So now you hear Mother Sachi is saying like, I'm not able to recognize my son. Easy, like Lakshmi. Is like dancing like a Lakshmi today, like that. Mother Sachi is saying. Let's go on to the next verse.
Achintya avyakta kiba mahayogeshwari Bhaktira swarupa haila apani srihari.
As Lord Srihari personally became the inconceivable transcendental goddess of all mystic perfection and the personification of devotional service.
Mahamaheshwara hara yerupa dekhiya Mahamoha pailena Parvati laya.
On seeing this form, even Lord Shiva, the best of all demigods, and the Parvati became illusioned. So here, in the purport, in the commentary of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srimad Bhagavatam verses are quoted. So let's go into that chapter of 8th canto, 12th chapter, which is the incarnation of Mohini Avatar. So that pastime we would see here. I would like to go to that verses and we will see what exactly Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is trying to explain, quoting these verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. So this beautiful chapter is about Lord Vishnu showing Mohini Avatar to Lord Shiva, especially to Lord Shiva. In this chapter begins in such a way that Lord Shiva goes to Lord Vishnu and he offers his prayers and obeisances to Lord Vishnu, and he says that I would like to see your avatar of Mohini Murti, which you recently showed to all the demigods and demons. I wanted to see that avatar. So here we can understand that Lord Shiva did not see this avatar when he showed it in the past time where the churning of milk ocean happened. Yes, Lord Shiva was present at that time, but after he drank the poison, he left from that place and he went to Kailash back. So now, so Lord Shiva has seen Lord Vishnu so many avatars, very different avatars, all of that Lord Shiva has seen, but he did not see this beautiful form of Lord Mohini Avatar, who is in the goddess of fortune. He's in the beautiful young lady form, so he want to see this beautiful form. So now he's requesting Lord Vishnu, can you please show me that form? So he's saying that I missed it, so I want to see it, because this form was captivated by all the demons. So that's why I wanted to see exactly how this form is. So then Vishnu, what did he do? He smiled with gravity, and he was smiling. He's smiling externally, but internally there is a lot of gravity. And he replied to Shiva with a mysterious words. What did he reply? Before that, why is actually Lord Vishnu smiling here? Because he knows that Lord Shiva is Param Vaishnavanam Yatashanbhu, right? He's greatest devotee among all the devotees, and he's very great devotee. He's not able to get illusioned simply like that, right? Lord Vishnu know about that. Lord Shiva is great devotee, and now he's grave, because why? Because he knows that he's going to give us great message through this pastime. But this pastime mainly describes the joking exchange between Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. It is not about putting down Lord Shiva here, but it is about the glorious character of Lord Shiva. He's very, very great devotee. So we will see in the pastime very clearly and understand how glorious Lord Shiva is. So now, as we already explained, that why he's Lord Vishnu smiling, because he knows that he's going to put Lord Shiva into the lusty mood by this form of Mohini Murti. So that's why he's smiling, and at the same time he's grave, because he's going to give us a great message. We know that Lord Shiva cannot be bewildered by anybody. Like if you see, Lord Shiva's own wife Parvati is a personification of Maya, who can bewilder anybody, right? But Maya cannot bewilder Lord Shiva, and even Cupid once tried to bewilder Lord Shiva, but it was not happen. Cupid also failed to capture Lord Shiva's attention. So now here Lord Vishnu know that it is not that easy to captivate Lord Shiva. So now he's thinking twice, not even once, he's thinking twice. So what should I show? Which form should I show that Lord Shiva is captivated by me? So now after he's thinking like this, he thought for some time, and he wanted to display a beautiful form of Mohini Murti, which can captivate Lord Shiva. And also before that, he's speaking to Shiva that, you were asking me to show me this form. As you desire, I would like to show this form. But if you at all fall in the last whirlpool of lust, do not blame me. If you at all get captured by this form, do not blame me. Like that, Vishnu was telling to Lord Shiva. After saying this, Lord Vishnu disappeared from that place. Now Shiva is wondering what exactly happening, because Lord Shiva comes with his wife and also all the associates. Everybody, Lord Shiva and his wife and all the associates were waiting. Where is Lord Vishnu? Where did he go? Why did he disappear? So suddenly what happens is Shiva sees a beautiful woman nearby forest, and he was very attracted by this beautiful woman, and he sees that the beautiful woman was playing with a ball, and he wants to go to closer to see her. So he goes closer and closer to see her, and Mohini Murti, who is none other than Lord Vishnu, try to hide in the bushes, in the trees, to not to show her form to Lord Shiva. So now she's hiding, but Lord Shiva was very curious to see her, and then in meanwhile, what happened is to give more curiosity in Lord Shiva. Mohini Murti was running, and then now Lord Shiva. Mohini Murti is running, who is none other than Lord Vishnu in the form of Mohini Murti. And then Shiva is running behind her, and he wants to capture her. So finally, he captures Mohini Murti. But then what happens is, somehow Mohini escapes from the hands of Lord Shiva, and then she runs more faster. Now when this is happening, what happens is, with the mystic power of Lord Vishnu, the wind appears there. A lot of wind comes, and the garments that Mohini Murti was wearing is gone. It's just flew away. So now Mohini Murti is in the kind of like naked, and she is running, and Lord Shiva is also running. Wantedly, Mohini Murti makes sure that she takes him in all the places where all the sages are doing their meditations, and there are a lot of followers of Lord Shiva over there. Lord Shiva is not seeing anything. He's not even understanding what's exactly happening around. And where is he running? He's not even recognizing that. He's just following Mohini Murti, just like male elephant follows the she elephant. Just like that, he's running behind her. So then, after some time, what happens is, now it's a time to remove that bewilderment from Lord Shiva. So now Lord Shiva discharges semen, and then after that he comes to the consciousness, that there was something which is gone wrong, and he understands that at that time, Lord Vishnu, who is in the form of Mohini Murti, comes to the form of Lord Vishnu, and he shows his original form. Now we can understand that now Lord Shiva was not feeling any sad about what had happened. If it is another person, they might think, oh, how did Vishnu can even humiliate me like this, and even make me into that position where I was completely put down in front of everybody, in all the followers. But Lord Shiva was not like that. He was not thinking anything. And here Lord Vishnu glorifies Lord Shiva, because here Lord Vishnu was not showing the same exact form that he showed to the demons in the main milk ocean, churning of milk ocean pastime. So that was the form where Lord has showed is external potency, where he captivated the demons but not the demigods. Where Lord explains clearly that why it was captivated by only demons, not the demigods, because that is created by the material energy. So that's why it is only captivated by the people who are in the mood of lust. Only those people can be captivated. Why not the demigods were captivated? Because they were in the service of the Lord. When this all pastime was happening, actually, when Dhanvantri appeared, and with a pot of nectar, when demons captured the nectar pot, they all went and surrendered to Lord. And Lord is the one who gave them assurance, don't worry, I am there. So they are all completely surrendered to Lord. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that why not demigods were attracted for this form is, a person in Krishna consciousness are not attracted to this kind of lusty form, because they are always surrendered to Krishna. So they know that they know this is not their ultimate goal. So they are not attracted. But the demons who are not attached to the attached to Krishna, then they got attracted. But this form would not do anything to Lord Shiva, because we already explained in the beginning that Lord Shiva's wife is Parvati, who is Maya, the external potency of the Lord. So that form of the external potency of Lord, which is Maya Devi, which is Parvati, cannot do anything to Lord Shiva, cannot capture Lord Shiva. So now what happened is Lord Shiva will not be captured with that form, right? So then Lord Vishnu created a form with the internal potency, which is the spiritual energy. That's Mohini Avatar. So that's why Lord Shiva was able to captivate by him, by Mohini Avatar. So that is why it is glorious. Something which is any person is captivated to the external potency, which is material, like they are fall down. But somebody who is captivated to the internal energy, which is the spiritual energy of the Lord, like how Lord Shiva was captivated, that is glorious. So that in this pastime we can understand that how glorious is Lord Shiva. After this, he was speaking to his wife Parvati. See, look, my Lord can captivate me. He is the supreme, and he can do anything. So in this way, we can understand that how glorious Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was not at all unhappy about the situation. He's thinking, oh, he was able to captivate by Mohini Avatar. He's so happy with that. So why are we discussing this pastime here? Because here it is explained that basically we are trying to understand that how dangerous it's to be in the association of a woman. Men is not supposed to be in association of women like that. It is always a danger for a woman or a man to be associated. There are many examples. So to show that dangerous situation, that is why even Lord Vishnu takes Shiva to all those hermitages where sages are meditating, to tell that, look at Lord Shiva's position, Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu. He's the greatest of all all Vaishnavas. So he was able to captivate with this form. What about to speak about ordinary people? Right, so we need to be very careful. There are many examples in Bhagavatam as described. Like we see the example of Shobari Muni and Yayati and many other pastimes. Right, there are many other examples where we can see that certain personalities were disturbed by their meditation and got diverted, and they stopped their meditation and went into marriage, and they had to get distracted from the path of Krishna consciousness. So we should be very, very careful, so not to be associated with the men or women in a private place. So I would like to share this quote here, where it says, "Woman is compared to the fire, and man is compared to a butter pot. Therefore, a man should avoid associating with even his own daughter in secluded place." So that is what it is said. So we need to be very careful. So it's the senses are very strong. So we need to be very careful to not to get associated. And here in Caitanya Bhagavat, we can see that in the in the translation it is explained that they both became illusioned, Parvati and Lord Shiva. But here we can understand again, this is not the material form that Lord Shiva or Parvati seeing. They are seeing the spiritual form of the Lord, the goddess of fortune form. So that's why they were captivated. They were captivated by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the form of goddess of fortune, Rukmini Devi. So now moving on to the next verse.
Tabe nahila moha Vaishnava sabara Purva anugraha ache yehi hetu tara.
But the assembled Vaishnavas were not bewildered because of the benediction they had previously received. What kind of benediction they received, and why are they not bewildered? If you see in the beginning of the chapter, beginning of this chapter, what exactly happened is, when Lord said that let's perform a drama, that time Lord said that who is able to see this drama? One who can control. Once again, I want to read exact words. Okay. So his desire to, so none of them was self. Okay, so one who can self-control, that person can see this beautiful form or this pastime of Lord doing the drama. So, but then what happened is all the devotees who were present there, they were all very much sad because they know that they are not self-control. So, but then Lord gives the benediction to all of them that they will be in the self control and they will be able to see this pastime very nicely. So, that benediction made them to see this beautiful form of the Lord and partake of this pastime of Lord. So, let's move on to this next verse.
Kripa jala nidhi prabhu haila sabare sabara janani bhava haila antare.
The Lord became like an ocean of mercy to everyone. In their hearts, they all accepted Him as their mother. So now everybody is treating Lord to be mother because God is a fortune and He's in the mood of mother. Now everybody is like so much getting emotion. If you see in the later verses, like all the devotees over there starts crying and Lord pacifies them. So it's very beautiful to see this beautiful form of the Lord.
Paraloka haite ina aila janani anande kandana kare apana na jani.
Feeling as if their mother had come from the spiritual world. They cried in ecstasy and forgot themselves. So now they are also so much into the loving affection of a mother who is sitting in front of them, but who is none other than Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is partaking in this beautiful drama and enacting the role of mother, spiritual supreme mother.
Yei mata advaita di prabhu re dekhiya Krishna prema sindhu maje bhule na bashiya.
As Advaita and other devotees saw the Lord in this way, they floated in an ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna. So now everybody is seeing this beautiful future of Mother, and everybody started. They were in ecstatic love. They started crying. They developing all the ecstatic symptoms in them.
Jagata janani bhave nache vishwambara samaya uchita gita gaya anuchara.
As Vishwambara danced in the mood of Mother of the Universe, his followers sang appropriate songs. So now Lord is dancing in the mood of Mother, and everybody, devotees who gathered there, who are witnessing this beautiful drama, they are all singing appropriate songs to make Lord please.
Hena dada ite keha nare ko na jana kono prakrutira bhave nache narayana.
No one was certain in which concert mood Lord Narayana was dancing. Now it's again confusion because Lord was changing his mood very like immediately. He's one time Lakshmi, one time Mother, one time Rukmini Devi, one time Gopi. Let's see what's happening now. Everybody's confused in which mood he's dancing.
Kakana o balaye dvija Krishna ki aila Kakana bujiye na vidarbera bala.
So when Lord was in this mood, he started speaking like this. When he inquired, "Oh Brahmana, has Krishna come?" Then it was understood that he was in the mood of young lady of Vidarbha. Now we understand that he is in the mood of Rukmini. Like we saw beautiful pastime, Preeti Lakshmi Mataji explained how a whole pastime of Rukmini Devi sending a Brahmana with the letter and Lord coming and taking her from the arena of marriage, right? So here we can see the glories of Rukmini Devi. Rukmini is the foremost princess of Lord Krishna. She is the first chief queen of Dwaraka, and we see how Rukmini is very humble and um, um, very much devoted to Lord Krishna, and this also explained very beautifully in the beautiful pastime of Sri Krishna Tulabaram, where here it is in this pastime actually shows that how much humble Rukmini is. She's very humble. She does not care about any wealth, but she's very humble. How this pastime is um, um, what I say? It was this pastime was actually taking out the glories of Rukmini Devi. There was a sweet pastime between the Satyabhama and Rukmini Devi and Narada Muni. When Narada comes, Narada is always comes with some or other naughty thing. So he started trying to make Satyabhama a little angry. He says that so, Lord Krishna likes Rukmini very much. He likes more than anybody. He's only having so much love for him. So if you want him to get love, then you have to do the vrata where you have to give me your Krishna to me and take him back by doing this tulabara. You have to buy him back with the equivalent portion of gold or anything like that, he says. And then, so in the words of Narada Muni, Satyabhama just gives away Krishna to Narada Muni, and everybody, all the queens were assembled there. They were telling, no, please don't give, please don't give. But she was not listening. She just gave, and then when she started putting all the wealth of hers, nothing was happening. It was not equaling. The weighing balance was not equal. And then she requests everyone, all the queens, to come and help her. They all come, but nothing will happen. And then she's scared and she faints down, and then Narada says, okay, why don't you go to Rukmini and ask for her favor? When Rukmini comes and just put the tulsi leaf, and the weighing balance was equal. And we can understand here how Rukmini was just humble, and she knows what pleases Lord Krishna. And also there is another beautiful pastime how Rukmini is always in the loving association of Krishna, and she's very humble and she just follows Krishna, of where Krishna receives Sudama. When he comes, Rukmini also very nicely receives Sudama. That's a beautiful pastime where it shows that how Rukmini is very great, very humble and always respecting others. So that's the greatness of Rukmini Devi. So we'll move on to the next verse.
Nayane Ananda Dara Dekiye Yakhana Murti Mati Ganga Yena Bujiye Takana.
When devotees saw the tears of ecstasy flow from his eyes, they considered him to be Ganges personified. So now Lord also in the mood of mother, in the mood of Rukmini, he also started shading up tears. And then when he does that, everybody is thinking, is this Ganges personification? So they were able to imagine him as to be a Ganges. So they are seeing Ganges in front of them. Devotees were able to see that.
Bhavavese Yakhanava Atta Hase Mahachandi Hena Sabe Bhujena Prakashe.
So now we can see that when he laughed loudly in ecstatic love, he appeared to everyone just like Mahachandi. So now Lord was showing all of his ecstatic symptoms, like where he was laughing, he was crying, and he was in the mood of mother. So he is also having all of these ecstatic symptoms within him. When he laughs, he looks like Mahachandi. So that's what the devotees are feeling. He's the Mahachandi. Now did he take that form? So the devotees are thinking like that.
Daliya Prabhu Nachaye Yakhane Sakshat Revati Yena Kadambari Pane.
So when the Lord stagnated with about while dancing. He appeared just like Revati after she drank some intoxicating beverage. So here we can see that Lord was not able to stand properly. He's just moving and he's about to fall, as if like he took some intoxication drink. So now he's playing the role of Revati, who took the intoxication beverage. So now from we saw that mother and Rukmini and Ganges, now he's taking the form of Revati, who is none other than the consort of Sri Baladeva.
चने बले चला बढ़ाई यही वृंदावने गोकुला सुंदरी बाबा भुजिए टाकाने.
Another time when he said, "Come, dear old lady, let us go to Vrindavan," they understood that he was in the mood of beautiful girl from Gokula. So now he's in the form of Gopi. So we are seeing all different forms of Lord, and when he's enacting, devotees are able to figure out what form he is in. They are trying to guess. Okay, this is what this form is, and this mood is when he's speaking with his dialogues. They were able to get it.
विरासने क्षणे प्रभु वसे ध्यानकारी सबे देखे ये नमः कोटि योगेश्वरी.
When he sat for meditating in Virasana posture, everyone saw him as a goddess of millions of mystic perfection.
अनंत ब्रह्मांडे यत निज शक्ति आचे सकल प्रकाशे प्रभु रुक्मिणी रकाचे.
As the Lord danced in the dress of Rukmini, he manifested the roles of various consorts from innumerable universe. So the commentary, Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, since Rukmini is a fountainhead of all energies, she is the origin of all manifested consorts. All the direct expansions and expansions of the expansions of that fountainhead manifest within the 14 worlds in female form to enact the pastimes of serving Krishna, various manifestation. His personal expansions and separated expansions. So now Rukmini Devi is a fountainhead of all the energies, and she is the consort of Lord.
व्यापादेशे महाप्रभु शिकाया सबरे पछे मोरा शक्ति को न जने निंदा करे.
The Lord manifested this pastime to check everyone from criticizing his energies or concerts. So this word is very, very important. So the Lord manifests this pastime to check everyone from criticizing his energies or concerts. So Mayavadi philosophy, they deny the potency of absolute truth. Is based on mundane concepts. By accepting the potency of Lord Vishnu as equal to potency of Rudra, the impersonalist rejects the concepts of potency. Person who follows the philosophy of material variegateness recognize the mother of all universe and living entities and the enchanters of Mahesha and as the predominating deity of material happiness and distress, and the attribute the faults on her, so that no one would blaspheme the internal potency by considering her non-different from the external potency. So Sri Gaura Sundara enacted the pastimes of Rukmini, reveal to all the living entities that the energy and energetics are non-different. So here we can understand Lord is more careful about to explain us that the criticism that to the concert of the Lord. So from Srila Prabhupada's purpose, So we see that although there are no difference between the energy and energetic, the energetic is accepted as the supreme, and the energy or nature is accepted to be a subordinate. So the living entities therefore is always subordinate to the supreme Lord. So such clear knowledge only be able to understand the person who is having no ignorance. If the person is having ignorance, they think that they are also supreme. So that's the problem in this material world. So that's why Lord gives us the teachings in Bhagavad Gita to enlighten us this thing, that the energetic is the supreme Lord, and energy, we are this this subordinate is the living entities. So there actually in the absolute realm, there is no differences between the energy and energetic, because everybody over there is serving the Supreme Lord. But when it comes to the material world, we all know that Lord have three different energies, like inferior energy, external energy, and internal energy. So inferior energy, when the living entity in the contact with the inferior energy is always illusion, thinking he belongs to the inferior energy. Therefore there is the sense of relative in the material world. So this is all in the material world. In the absolute realm, there is no such difference. The difference between the knower and known, and there is no such difference between the knower and known, and therefore everything there is absolute. So everything is absolute. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, 13th chapter, 65th verse, in the purport, it is explained like this: the external potency manifests this material world, the internal potency manifests the spiritual world, and the marginal potency is manifesting the living entities, right? And living entities are in the mix of both internal and external manifestation, both. So the living entities, being the part and parcel of Supreme, should actually be in internal potency. They should be always pure. But because we came to this material world and we come to the contact of this material energy, so that is why we are not in internal potency. We are in the marginal potency, which is a mixed of internal and external potency, due to coming in the contact of this material world. So that's the explanation for that verse.
लौकिका वैदिकायात किचु कृष्ण शक्ति सबरा सम्मेन हया कृष्ण दृढ़ भक्ति.
By representing the universal and transcendental energies of Krishna, one's devotional service, one's devotion to Krishna becomes fixed. By respecting Krishna's energies that are present within the 14 worlds and his transcendental energies that are described in Vedas, one's devotion to Krishna becomes fixed. Rather than considering the universal energy of Krishna as mundane, one should consider them transcendental and pray to them for devotional service to Krishna, rather than seeing the energies of Krishna mentioned in Vedas as mundane. If one respects them as a maid servants of gopis, then one's devotion to Krishna becomes strengthened. So whatever the Lord's energies are there, we should appreciate them, and we try to serve Lord by appreciating them.
देवाद्रोह करिले कृष्णेरा बड़ दुका गणसह कृष्ण पूजा करिले से सुका.
So Krishna is unhappy when the demigods are offended. If one worships Krishna along with his associates, he is pleased. So in this verse is very beautiful. It is having lot big purport, but basically in this verse it is explained that how the demigods are also should be worshipped along with Krishna. But here in this verse, basically it is talking about not the demigods of this material world, but the demigods who resides in the spiritual realm. If you see here, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has quoted Srimad Bhagavatam verse from second canto, 9th chapter, 10th verse. Let's go and see that verse. Okay, 1 second. Let me go there. Oh. Hope you are able to see this Veda base. Okay. So here in this verse, the translation says, in that personal abode of the Lord, the material modes of ignorance and passion do not prevail. So in the spiritual realm, in Goloka Vrindavan, there are no modes of ignorance and passion, nor is there any of their influence in goodness. There is no predominance of the influence of time. So what to speak of illusory external energy? It cannot enter that region. Without discrimination, discrimination, both the demigods and demons worship the Lord as devotees. Okay, so here we can understand in this verse, it is clearly explained that in the spiritual realm, in Goloka Vrindavan, in Goloka Vrindavan, what exactly is happening? Whoever is entering there, they don't have any kind of passion, ignorance, goodness. They are all in the transcendental mode. They're always serving the Lord, and and basically it is explained that the demigods that we are seeing here in this material planet are different from the demigods that we see in the Vaikuntha. So the conclusion may draw that because of the complete absence of mundane qualities of ignorance and passion, there is no question of creation nor of annihilation. In the material world, everything is created and everything is annihilated, and the duration of life between the creation and annihilation is temporary. So in the material world it is like that, but in the spiritual world it's not like that. In the transcendental realm, there is no creation and no destruction, and thus the duration of life is eternal and unlimited. In other words, every second, everything, where is that? Okay, everything in the transcendental world is everlasting and full of knowledge and bliss without deterioration. Since there is no influence of time and since there is no influence of past, present, and future, it is clearly understand that the time conception is absent. So that is what here. The whole Vaikuntha existence proclaim that everyone, they're followers of the Lord and the chief leaders without any competition of leadership. They just serve the Supreme Lord. So in Vaikuntha, there is no like you are superior, I am superior. It's not like that. Everybody's goal is to serve Krishna. That's the only desire that they have. They don't have anything else. If you see the next verse that is quoted here in this Caitanya Bhagavat, is in the commentary, it is quoted is this beautiful verse. Let me share that. Okay. So here it is talking about the demigod worship. Without offering such as prokshana, one should worship Durga. Sorry, with offering such as prokshana, one should worship Durga, Vinayaka, Vyasa, Vishwaksena, the spiritual master, and various demigods. All these personalities should be in proper place, facing the deities of the Lord. So here this is what I am trying to explain. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, the Ganesha and Durga mentioned in this verse are not same personalities present within the material world. Rather, they are eternal associates of the Lord in Vaikuntha. In this world, Ganesha, the son of Lord Shiva, is famous of awarding financial success. And the goddess of Durga, the wife of Lord Shiva, is famous as the external illusionary potency of the Lord. The personalities mentioned here, however, are eternally liberated associates who resides in the spiritual sky beyond the material manifestation. So here we are talking about those personalities who are in the spiritual realm, associating with the Lord and serving Lord continuously. They are always there with the Lord. So as a devotee, we should worship them along with the Lord. But here it is not talking about the deities that the Lord, the form of Ganesha or Durga in the material world. It is talking about the forms in the spiritual world in Vaikunta. So I was thinking there is a beautiful pastime that regarding this, and we all know the famous sloka from Brahma Samhita. Yet pada pallava yugam vinidaya kumbha dvande pranama samaye saganadi raja vignan vihantu malamasya jagatrayasya Govindamadi Tamaham Bhajami. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, whose lotus feet are always held by Ganesha upon the pair of protruding from his elephant head in order to obtain the power of his function of destroying all the obstacles on the path of progress of three worlds. So we know that how Lord Ganesha is getting that energy, that kind of special benediction to remove the obstacles from any person who is following Ganesha. Is that removal of danger, removal of destruction, and that was given by the Lord himself, because he's serving the Lord continuously. He's always in the association of the Lord. So, and there is another beautiful pastime of Lord Ganesha, where we see this pastime in the Jagannath Puri, where Lord Jagannath, after Shana Yatra, Lord Jagannath is dressed in the Hathi Vesha and the form of Ganesha. We all know that, because one of the great devotee of Ganesha comes to see in the Jagannath Puri Lord, but then when he sees that there was no Lord Ganesha's form, he gets little upset. To please this devotee who is a great follower of Lord Ganesha, Lord Jagannath and Baladev take up the form of Ganesha, the elephant form of the Lord. So we can see that Lord is dressed up as this form after the Snana Yatra in Jagannath Puri. So this is one of the beautiful pastime, and I would like to read few lines from the purport that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is quoting here. Let me go to that page. Second. Okay. So here. Therefore, they are not like the Ganeshas and Durgas of the material world. Demigods like Ganesha and Durga of the material world and material energy are different from them. So the illusionary external energy has no jurisdiction in Vaikunta. So what can be said of the qualities like lust and greed? So nobody with the lust and greed cannot enter. The mundane Durga is a portion of under control of Yoga Maya. And this spiritual energy, Yoga Maya, has engaged Durga of material world as her maid servant. So Yoga Maya, who is a spiritual energy, she assigned Durga, who is Maya, serving in the material world. So I wanted to share one beautiful picture here. So I don't know if you are able to see. Okay. So like here in this picture, you can see Krishna and the devotee who is trying to enter into the planet of Krishna, Golok of Vrindavan. So with this kind of baggages, the lust, greed, anger, and Vaishnava Aparad, all this cannot take you to the planet of Krishna. If we are not able to enter to Krishna's loka when you have all of these baggages, this there is no place for that. Envy, ego, all that is not the place for in Vaikuntha. There is no place. Everybody is a servant of Krishna, and everybody is happily serving Krishna. So this is the thing, and I would like to share one more quote. So what happens for non-devotees? Non-devotees think that they are the controller. So like non-devotees, whenever they achieve something, oh, it's mine. I have gained everything, so it is mine. I need to enjoy all of this. But the devotee knows that it is not. It's is credit. He's completely gives that credit to Krishna. It's all Krishna's mercy. That's the devotee's nature. These kind of devotees are eligible to enter the Vaikuntha Loka, spiritual realm, Golok of Vrindavan, not the mentality of having I, me, ego, and selfish desires. So these kind of things are not allowed in the higher realm. So, and we will see two other beautiful pastimes about the demigods. So here there is another beautiful pastime, like because in these verses that we saw was describing about Lord Shiva. So there is one beautiful pastime about Lord Shiva and Narada Muni and Parvati. So when Narada Muni was serving Lakshmi Devi for almost 12 years, he was serving so nicely, and Narada was very happy in serving. And then Lakshmi Devi asked, "What can I give you? You are serving so much nicely. Then you can ask me anything, I can give you." Like that, Lakshmi Devi says to Narada Muni. And then immediately Narada Muni asks, "I want Mahaprasad from Lord." So, but then Lakshmi Devi was stuck with now in anxiety, like what she have to do, because Lord Vishnu said her that nobody else you should take this Mahaprasad. You should be careful that nobody is eating other than you. So now Lakshmi Devi is in anxiety and in dilemma. What should I do now? Then what happened is Lord Vishnu comes, and then Lord Vishnu sees that Lakshmi Devi is a little bit in confusion, and she's not in a regular mood. Then Lord Vishnu asks, "What happened? Why are you like that?" Then she says that what exactly happened. She says that, what happened is I asked Narada Muni to tell me what do you want, what do you want, because you serve me so nicely. So then Narada Muni asked for your Mahaprasad. But you said that not to share to anybody. So now what do I do? So Lakshmi Devi is saying. So then Lord Narayana, oh, he's saying like this. So, okay, it's okay. If I am not looking at you, then if I am not seeing that, you can share with him. So, like that, Lord says, and immediately Lakshmi Devi becomes so happy that she could share Mahaprasadam with Narada Muni, because as she promised to give something in return for his service. So now what happened is she gives some Mahaprasad to Narada Muni. As soon as he takes this Mahaprasadam, he was like flying. He's like, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He goes to outer space of this realm, and he was like so joyful. He was flying everywhere. He's traveling from one universe to another universe. So he finally reached to the place where it is Kailash. So now he's in Kailash. We all know who resides in Kailash, right? We know that Lord Shiva resides there. Seeing Narada Muni in so much ecstatic feeling, he asked, "What happened to you? Why are you so ecstatic?" Lord Shiva asked to Narada Muni. And then Narada Muni narrates this. "See, this is what happened. I have got some Mahaprasadam from from Lord Narayana, Lakshmi Devi has shared with me, so I have taken that. So that is why I'm feeling so ecstatic. So then immediately Lord Shiva says, "Oh, Narada, you are my brother. You are my brother, right? We are both from Brahma. So you are my brother. So you might have definitely saved some prasadam for me, because I'm your brother, right? You won't do this kind of thing, eating by yourself, everything. You don't share to your brother. You're not like this. I think you definitely shared something for me." So, but then now Narada Muni is like little bit hesitated to say that nothing is remaining. Everything he had eaten. So now he's like shy to say that. But then Lord Shiva was insisting, "What happened? Please share me some prasadam. Please share me some prasadam." So then Narada sees everywhere and he finds little bit of tiny bit of prasad that's stuck in under his nails. And then Narada says to Shiva, see Shiva, actually in ecstasy I ate everything. I did not think anything about other things. So now there is nothing, but there is a little bit, tiny bit of Mahaprasad left over here. Do you want to have that? So then Lord Shiva says, "Oh, anything, even a little bit. It's good for me." As soon as he takes that little bit from the fingernail of Narada Muni, immediately what happens is Lord Shiva starts dancing, and he was so in ecstatic mood. It danced in such a way that, they're kind of pralaya coming in the lower planets. It's like too much. And then everybody was scared, and Parvati comes over there and ask, "What happened? Why are you dancing in this mood of ecstasy? Why are you doing this? It's kind of pralaya coming. Can you please stop?" And then he stops, but then Parvati asks what exactly happened. So when Narada Muni and Shiva shares that it's because of eating Mahaprasadam, so immediately Parvati asks, Shiva, my dear Lord Shiva, you are my husband. I am your better off. So you would have definitely saved something for me, right? Because I am your I'm your Ardangi. You have to share with me, like that Parvati says. But then Lord Shiva says, "No, no, I don't have anything." And immediately Parvati gets very much angry. So they both get into fight, and the time comes that Lord has to come. Lord Narayana, Lord comes there, and he resolves the problem. He says to Parvati that, "You don't worry, I am going to give you special benediction that uh, in Jagannath, when I come in Daru form, in the mood of in the form of Lord Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, at the time whatever prasadam is offered to me, first it is given to you, it is offered to you, and then only it is distributed to the all other devotees." By hearing this, Parvati, who comes as a form as Vimala Devi, gets happiness. She will become so happy, and she comes out of that angry mood, and she thanks to the Lord. So here we can also see that how Lord is always very eager to have the association of his devotees. We can see that Parvati is getting a special benediction of having his Mahaprasad first to her. So like this, in these verses it is said that, like, how we have to be respectful to the demigods who are in the higher realms serving the supreme personality of Godhead. So by understanding this pastime, how he is very much careful that he is not going to make the upset of the Parvati Devi, that which is coming as a form as Vimala Devi. And we can see in many other pastimes, right, when Brahma was put in trouble by Hiranyakashipu, everybody was tortured, and then Lord went there to rescue Brahma. And Lord Shiva also, when Bhasmasura was trying to attack Lord Shiva, and immediately Lord went there and tricked that Bhasmasura and made him into ashes. So always Lord is there in protection of his devotees, and he's always in the association association of his devotees. So we can see even in this pastime of that we are seeing in this drama, we can see that not only the Lord, but Lord's associates were there. And also even many women, all Vaishnavas who were sitting there and watching this, and Lord enjoys the association of his devotees. He just wanted to be always with his devotees. So Lord is very happy when we worship with him along his devotees. So we will move on to the last verse for today. One second. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yashikaya Krishna Chandra Sei Satyahaya Abhagya Papistamati Tahana Hilaya.
Whatever Lord Sri Krishna Chandra teaches is the truth. Only unfortunate sinful person do not accept it. As we were discussing in the class also, like how these Bhagavad Gita teachings are there to understand that Krishna is the supreme and we are the subordinate, and everything belongs to Krishna. As we also talked about how this envy, greed, lust, all of these things will take us down to the hellish planet. Sometimes we may go to higher planet like Swargaloka, sometimes we may go to Narkaloka, but to get out of this material world, even you are in this Sarvaloka, that is still in the material world. Even you are in Narkaloka, it doesn't make any difference, because you have to, maybe you will enjoy for some time, but then again we have to come and take the birth and suffer a lot. How can we get out of this? By understanding the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, by understanding Krishna is the supreme and we are subordinate. How we can get back to the back to Krishna? By serving him, by following acharyas, by taking the guidance from the spiritual masters and following in his footsteps. That way we can achieve Krishna, and we can go back to Krishna. And where there is, as we discussed in these verses, we clearly said that in Vaikuntha Loka, there is no question of time, there is no question of annihilation, there is no question of lust, greed, and there is no question of sadness. It's all happiness. Who don't want to be always happy? Everybody want to be always happy, right? Instead of searching happiness in this material world where it is full of dukkalayam. Dukkalayam means it's always sadness. There is no happiness. Even if I find some happiness, it is like in my Guru Maharaj lecture, he was explaining that how in the third degree, for the punishments for the criminals, what they do is they will just put him in the water, in the ice cold water, and they'll dip him into that water so he don't have breath, and they'll remove him outside. So, and then he will feel, oh, I am happy. So that kind of happiness we are seeing in this material world, which is a moment of happiness. For that moment of happiness, I am thinking, oh, I am enjoying. For that happiness, I am hankering day and night, working very hard to earn money and use it for my sense gratification. Instead of that, if I work for Krishna, like yesterday I was listening to my Guru Maharaj lecture, he was saying that we are not asking anybody to stop working. We are not asking anybody to leave the house and go to the temple. No, we are asking everybody to continue their activities, but keep Krishna as a center. Whatever we are doing, it is for Krishna. Like today's verse, today's quote, right? Anything in the interest of Krishna is always appreciated. Always we are growing. But if anything which is not interested towards Krishna consciousness, we should reject them. Then we were going to get happiness, and we are not going to affect any of these material miseries. We will be in the highest transcendental blissfulness, where even in this material world we can experience this, that all our Guru Vargas are experiencing this. So by practicing Krishna consciousness every day, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So initially when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is really very hard to bring our mind back and to concentrate on it. But then when we keep chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we get to that stage where we chant Krishna's name out of love, not by the duty. We do it out of love, and then we become closer to Krishna. So That way we can get rid of all of this false anarthas and be always happy. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I know I've committed a lot of mistakes. Please forgive me. Thank you, Preeti Mataji, for giving me this opportunity to present. I would like to offer my obeisance to all of you. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Assembled devotees ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Very wonderful class. Unlimited, very big I can put. So yeah, so very nice presentation, Mataji. Those pictures and all, where you got, Mataji? The WhatsApp or from where you got? It was very nice, captivating.
From Google, Mataji. I just Google.
Google, okay. Okay, very nice, Mataji. And nicely you related all the pastimes according to the verses also, and nice recap for me also to hear all these pastimes. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yeah, Preeti Vilasini Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Mataji. What a beautiful class. All the verses full justice. You connected to Srimad Bhagavatam. You connected to different sources to explain each of these different modes that Caitanya Mahaprabhu had taken, the mode of Rukmini, the mode of Mohini, the mode of Gopi, everything, whatever you said, all these different stories were very relevant. The analogy, Srila Prabhupada's words, your Guru Maharaj's words, everything was very nice, Mataji. The flow of the class was uninterrupted. It was really well presented. Thank you so much. I did have one clarification, Mataji, if I can ask. So this is something that I have often tried to research. So since you brought it up in the class also, I wanted to check with you. The story of Tulabharam, right? Is that a folklore or is it there in any scripture?
Mataji, not sure, Mataji. As it is like it is there in everywhere, like people quote it. That's why I quote it, but I am not sure. But I am sure that is not there in Bhagavatam. I did not read it from Bhagavatam. It's from different sources. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for that.
Just I wanted to bring that point of humbleness of Rukmini Devi.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice class, and it was very pleasant, the entire session. Thank you.
Can I say something? Hare Krishna Mataji. I like the when you said the personalities always have to like not be in front of Krishna, like face Krishna, like to offer obeisances. And I like the verses. I like how you explained everything really nicely, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
And I like the Mohini Murti story.
Mohini Murti story. Thank you, Vrinda.
And the Tulabharam story.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Balavranda, for that comments, and thank you, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Anyone else has any questions? And Mataji, there are very nice comments in the chat box. Hope you have gone through. Everyone is saying very nice session, very wonderful class. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the beautiful recitation of the shlokas. Shushmita Mataji is saying. So, yeah, if there are no more questions, Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji, as you were about to
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you. He was able to recite the verses. I'm so happy. He was nicely practicing them. I thought, it's good for him to involve in the service. So I made him to practice. I was so happy that he was practicing it from morning to recite in the class. He was doing it very good. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Very nice, Mataji.
That is the first thing I wanted to say when I was listening to the class. It was very nice. That duo, the two of you together, Prabhuji's recital and your class together, it was pairing up so nicely. I wanted to tell that. That's the first thing I wanted to say, but I ended up saying something else.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. I remember Guru Maharaj one time, when Mataji asked the question that her Prabhuji is not like how to bring her Prabhuji in Krishna consciousness. Guru Maharaj jokingly said, take Bhagavad Gita and go to him and say, you are great learned, you are great personality, you are great, you are superior to me. I'm not able to understand this one. Can you explain me? Then he will read the verse, and that way he is getting involved in Krishna consciousness. So following in his footsteps, I just told him that I'm not able to practice it. You please, I don't have time to recite all those verses. You please help me. So he did it for me, Mataji. And just so that way he's involved in service also.
Very well. That is very sweet, Mataji. Thank you so much. So, devotees, if no more questions, we can end the call here. So, Mataji, thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for the chat box. I see everyone. Harita Mataji, Sushmita Mataji, Kiran Mataji, and Priyamvada Mataji, SP. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much for joining the call on the holidays time. I know it's holidays, everybody is busy. Still you all joined. Thank you for blessing all of blessing me. I'm really, really grateful to all of you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, thank you, Mataji. With your
Hare
permission, we
Krishna.
can end the call here. We'll pay our obeisances to Mataji.
Vancha
Deities. Antakoti Vaishnava Jai, Srila Prabhupada Jai,
Samad Vaishnavas ki jai.
Her Grace Vinita Gandharvika Mataji ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so